This week on the podcast, we've written songs about 2021's Black Widow, the amazing time-traveling movie, because this most certainly should have come out in 2016.
Yeah. Right after Civil War.
Hello, and welcome to the Royds Review Podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
And we are back once again talking about 2021's Black Widow. Andy, how are you, yo?
That's pretty good.
Thanks. I thought of it myself.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
If you had a team on that one, it's time to let a couple people go, you know what I'm saying?
I have a team of writers with me at all times, Andy. You know that.
I didn't. This is news to me.
Yep, a team of writers. They are undocumented aliens.
Oh my.
From the planet Neptune.
Whoa.
Yes, they are extraterrestrials.
Okay. I'm good, Robbie. How are you?
I'm good. None of that is true. I don't have a team of alien writers.
It's important to clarify.
I'm a little brought down by it now, though. Because I was really
Took the
excited.
wind out of his sail.
Yeah, I was really excited about this idea that I had alien ghost riders. Alien Ghost Rider.
Wow. He does go to space.
He does?
Yeah.
Can he breathe in space because he's a little skeleton?
I don't know. I never really gave a shit about Ghost Rider, to be
Does he
completely fair.
Does he ride his motorcycle in space?
I think it becomes like a space bicycle.
Space bicycle?
Yeah. He's got to pedal it.
He's pedaling. Here I come.
Yeah, he's got a little hat with the spinner on it.
Yeah, I'm going to get you, Thanos.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. I like this.
Yeah.
I like this idea that a spaced Ghost Rider. You know what's a shame? At some point, we started calling them spaceships and stopped calling them starships. I like the term starship.
Yeah.
I think it's because of the band Jefferson Starship. I think they were like, ah, shit, now starship isn't cool anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, they ruined it.
What do you think ruined the term starship? Write in roidsreview@gmail.com.
Yeah.
But, Andy, we're not here to talk about starships, despite your little diatribe there. Okay? Despite you wasting everyone's time, that's not why we're here.
That's my bad, guys. Sorry.
Yeah. We're here to talk about 2021's Black Widow.
Well, there goes my question. What year did this movie come out?
This movie came out in the year of our Megazord, 2021.
Wow. Let me tell you the top. I'm going to start at 13.
Andy, you can't always do this.
I choose, Robbie.
Okay.
I start there because it's Black Widow with $379 million. Now, if you remember, this is smack dab in the middle of the pandemic.
The what?
The pandemic.
Why are we talking about pandas now, Andy?
Because you remember the pandemic, there was all pandas running loose, ripping people's genitals off.
I do remember that. Thanks a lot, China.
Yeah.
Setting loose all those pandas on us. And what'd you say about ripping genitals off, huh?
You remember that guy, walked into a panda cage and he got his genitals ripped off?
No.
It was me.
No. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That sounds like pandemonium.
Whoa. Well, number 12 is Eternals, another Marvel movie. That's also not very good.
That put me to sleep eternally.
Hey, it killed him.
It was so boring, I died.
Wow, $402 million. Dune Part 1 came out this year as well, at number 11 with $402 million.
Just about going to the beach. The dunes. Keep off the dunes.
You didn't watch, did you?
Nope.
It's pretty good.
I knew it had a lot to do with sand, though.
It does, and you know what? As I watched it, I was saying to myself, I have no idea what's going on, but I know that this is good. You know?
Sure.
Yeah. Number 10 is Sing 2. $408 million. That's a good movie. Yeah, they're fun. The Sing movies are fun.
My nephew loves that shit.
Yeah.
He loves Mr. Moon. He goes, "Can we watch Mr. Moon?"
That's the koala.
Yeah. Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. Yeah. Number 9 is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings with $432 million.
That was good.
It was good. I saw that in theaters. I think that was the first movie I saw in theaters during the pandemic.
I did not see that in theaters.
Coward.
Yeah, I was a coward. I said, "I'll wait."
Yeah. And you could have.
I said, "You'll be on Disney Plus in 2 months. I can wait."
Yep. You were correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Godzilla vs. Kong, previous episode, check it out. $470 million.
That's a fun movie.
It is fun. But you know what? Not as fun as the one that came after it.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. Number 7 is Venom Let There Be Carnage with $506 million.
Venom Let There Be Light. They just got to turn a light on.
Cool.
Swinging and missing.
Number 6 is Detective Chinatown 3.
What?
$686 million. It's got to be, this is worldwide, so it's got to be like a Chinese movie or an Indian movie or something.
Gotta.
Yeah. Number 5 is F9, the Fast Saga, with $726 million.
F9U.
Yeah. What is this, fucking Battleship?
Nice.
Number 4 is No Time to Die, with $774 million. I believe that's James Bond.
It is. We'll be doing that in like 30 years.
Yep. Give us a couple decades and we will get to that. Number 3 is Hi Mom, with $822 million.
What is that?
No idea, dude.
What the hell is Hi Mom?
I'm assuming that is a foreign film, because when it says domestic, there's nothing there.
How is high spelled? H-I-G-H?
Nope. H-I, comma, mom.
Oh, I thought it was about my mom.
Oh. Getting a little dark. Number 2 is The Battle at Lake Changjin.
Oh, yeah? Is it?
Yeah, with $902 million. Domestically, it made $342,000.
Wow.
So I'm
Crushing
assuming
it here in America.
Yeah, I'm assuming that is a Chinese film.
Oh, dude, what led you to that conclusion?
I'm just shot in the dark, Robbie.
Just a smart guy.
Just a smart guy. Number 1 is Spider-Man No Way Home with $1.9 billion.
I want to revisit that movie.
Oh, we will, Robbie.
Because I think I found my way home after watching that. They told me there'd be no way home, but I got home.
Yeah. That was a fun theater experience. You know, different Spider-Men showing up.
Yeah, people were clapping, and it's like, I'm trying to watch the movie, guys.
Yeah, clapping is weird.
Clapping, they can't hear you.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Clapping is weird. It's, I think, giving the time, like when Andrew Garfield shows up and he gives like a beat, that's for you to like lean over to your girlfriend or your wife and be like, oh, that's the old Spider-Man. That's the other Spider-Man.
That's Andrew Garfield. He hates lasagna.
Nice. He hates Mondays and he loves lasagna.
Yeah, I don't know why I said he hates lasagna. Turns out
Garfield.
Yeah. Garfield versus Andrew Garfield. I hate Mondays. I love Mondays.
And I hate lasagna.
Oh, I bloody hate lasagna. I'm Jason Statham and Andrew Garfield. I bloody hate lasagna.
Oh my god. What a fucking tangled web. Pun very much intended that we've woven.
I would watch this movie.
Oh, me too.
Garfield versus Andrew Garfield, but it's Jason Statham playing Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
We gotta talk. We gotta talk about this middling movie.
Do we? Because I don't really want to. You know
So-
why?
Why?
Because it opens up in Ohio.
That's why.
Yeah, that's why.
I would argue this is one of the better scenes in the movie.
I would probably agree with that, because we meet a young Black Widow, Natasha, and her sister Yelena. They are playing. We're in Ohio, 1995. Her father is played by David Harbour, and her mother is played by Rachel Weisz. This was one of those things. I looked at Rachel Weisz and said, is that Rachel Weisz and Laura? And she loves to do this. Immediately goes, no.
Why?
I was like, who is it then? She goes, I don't know, but that's not Rachel Weisz. She goes, Rachel Weisz is much older. And I was like, I think they de-aged her. No, that's not Rachel Weisz. I was like, Laura, are you thinking of Raquel Welch? And she's like, no. I just had to be wrong. That's really what it was. I just had to be wrong when I said, is that Rachel Weisz? Because it is, in fact, Rachel Weisz.
It is. It is Rachel Weisz. And you know what? That's my first note, is that the de-aging here is really good.
It does. It does look good, especially on David Harbour.
On both of them, yeah.
Yeah.
I could not tell.
Now,
I was like, oh, wow, these guys look great. And they do. They do, generally. You know, they're actors.
We did not plan this, but this is 2 straight David Harbour movies we're doing.
That's true.
Because he was in Suicide Squad last week.
Yeah, previous episode, check it out.
David Harbour talks about how they're going on an adventure, and today is the day. Yelena is super hyped. Natasha and Mom are not. The mom apologizes to Natasha, and the whole family leaves. They listen to American Pie by Don McLean, and if I was the father, I would have just driven straight into a fucking tree.
Why is that, Robbie?
Because I don't like that song very much.
Okay. So, you don't like that song so much that you'd kill yourself and your family.
They're not really a family, Andy.
That's
you gotta watch
true,
the movie.
true.
Were you not paying attention?
No, I wasn't. It was hard to, because it's boring.
Yeah.
No, I'll say this. Last week, you said that this movie is just as bad as Suicide Squad. Do you stand by that?
No, this is better than Suicide Squad.
This is definitely better than Suicide
Yeah.
Squad. It's not even that bad. It's just... it's like a little less than good.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's less than good.
Yeah.
Well, like, this is how I would describe it. If you ask me, is this better than Suicide Squad? Yes. In the sense that 2 pieces of bread stacked on top of each other taste better than a shit sandwich.
Yeah.
Like, because this is nothing.
This is nothing. And you know what? There's building blocks here that you could make something.
Yeah.
And that's what's kind of upsetting, is that it starts off like even this first scene, they've stolen something, some sort of intelligence, and now they're on the run. They go back to Russia, and it is revealed that they're not a real family.
Yeah.
And these 2 girls get pried away, and it's like, wow, that's traumatizing for those kids. And then the rest of the movie, we're quipping. We're quipping, no real weight. Not just they're a real family because they're telling you we were a real family. They're not showing you really, and that kind of sucks.
This also, for me, kind of messes up the Marvel timeline a little bit, because Black Widow is in Iron Man 2 in 2011. This is 1995, and we see Natasha as, what is she, 12 years old here?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know, all of a sudden in 2011, she's a fully ingrained with S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, there's a big gap of things that we're not covering in her life for some reason.
Well, let's say, 10 years later, she blows up, what's his name's daughter, right? So that's 2005.
Okay.
There's plenty of time to get...
6 years later, she's working for S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah. Because that's how she proved her loyalty to S.H.I.E.L.D. was by killing, what's his name? Dmitri or whatever, some Russian name.
Dreykov.
Ray
Ray
Winstone.
Winstone. I would argue that should have been the movie.
Yeah, like predominantly flashbacks.
Just make the whole thing a prequel. I mean, it already is kind of a prequel because it seems to take place before Endgame, but make the whole thing a prequel. Make this take place in the early 2000s and she's killing Dreykov. That should be the story here.
Yeah. Yeah, or like do like a big chunk of it that, and then a little more like, okay, maybe he's not dead, and like, okay, you got to finish what you started. But like, I feel like it's a missed opportunity with the whole family thing they got going.
I don't care about the family.
So
I don't care about any of these people.
But they could have made you care about them.
Yes, they could have, but they've spent this whole time with Natasha talking about Budapest.
Yeah.
And her and Clint in Budapest. That the fact that this movie is not focusing on the events in Budapest is a wild missed opportunity.
I agree. I'm egregious.
You know, you want to have the family stuff be part of it. You could still do that in that story.
Yeah.
But the fact that we do this whole thing and Clint Barton is not in this, there's no Hawkeye, he's mentioned.
Yeah.
But let's focus on, like, at one point she's like, yeah, Clint and I stayed up here for 10 days. I don't know, man. That might have been something more interesting than just them fighting as a family later on.
Yeah. I don't know. The thing, it's like a good cast, and like nobody's not pulling their weight. It's just like, it's just, I don't know. It's
I'm
whatever.
sorry. These accents are horrible. I'm so over the American actor going, I am Russian spy. I stop you. Like, okay, David Harbour. Like, you got to do a little better than that. And I know he's played for jokes, but if you had a white actor do any other nationality and that's how they did it, you'd have people up in arms about the offensiveness of it.
Of Russian accents?
Well, like, remember when Russell Crowe was in Thor: Love and Thunder? There were people who were upset about his portrayal of Zeus.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because they thought it was offensive. They thought it was offensive to Italian people.
Italian?
Or Greek, whatever they are. Well, the same.
I'm Greek and Italian.
Yeah, I know, exactly. You're one and the same.
And they are the same.
Yeah! I remember when I was in high school, we had an Irish teacher. Like, he was born and raised in Ireland. And this Greek kid one day asked him, like, hey, aren't you English? And this dude turned on a dime and was like, I wouldn't call you Italian.
Hey.
And I was like, oh no, he's gonna kill him.
Damn. Well.
But like, this accent, like the other accents, like when we hear Florence Pugh do the accent, it's not as egregious. But this shit is so bad, what David Harbour's doing here. It's just...
I didn't notice, honestly.
I don't know. I just look at, just grab a Russian actor or tell him to do an actual Russian accent, not like a jokey Russian accent.
I don't know. I can't tell the difference between the two.
That's fair.
But I'm also an uncultured swine.
This
wink,
dude,
wink.
this... But seriously, sometimes I'm listening to him talk and it sounds like Boris and Natasha from Rocky and Bullwinkle. You know, we're chasing moose and squirrel.
Do you think that's the same Natasha?
Yeah, yeah. Black Widow was Natasha from Rocky and Bullwinkle.
That's crazy, dude.
You ever see it with Jason Alexander and Robert De Niro for some reason?
Yeah, Robert De Niro.
Yeah, Robert De Niro was in the Rocky and Bullwinkle live-action film.
Yeah.
Here's something we think you'll really like.
Do you think anybody was asking for that movie?
I'll be honest, I was at that age. I love me some Rocky and Bullwinkle, Brother Bear. Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
I never got into like a lot of the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Like I was more into like Tom and Jerry, which was Hanna-Barbera earlier. I like that, but like Pink Panther and stuff like that, I was like, I don't know, this just isn't it for me.
The Pink Panther cartoon I was never into. The Pink Panther movies?
Yeah, well, that's Peter Sellers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I just love cartoons. Mainly because I'm a big fat child.
Same. I love cartoons as well.
We're two big fat children.
Yeah.
David Harbour flips a huge thing after they arrive at an air hangar. This reveals that he has super strength. Police arrive, and Harbour immediately starts to shoot at them, which is always a smart thing to do.
Yeah. Do you think that David Harbour's what's his name?
Alexei, eventually, Red Guardian.
Red Guardian. Do you think he's stronger than Captain America?
No.
No.
I would say they're equal strength.
Okay. I was just thinking, like, he flipped that thing one hand.
I bet you Cap could do that.
Yeah?
Yeah. You see my Cap poster back there. You're not going to shit on my Captain America.
I'm not. I'm just saying. Like, I think there might be a trade-off because, like, you know, Captain America is, you know, as we talked about previous episodes, check them out, the most righteous man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, great man. I think the trade-off is, okay, Red Guardian, yeah, he's stronger, but he's kind of a big dumb guy.
He is a big dumb guy, but he is also a very nice guy.
Yeah, big dumb guy, heart of gold.
Yeah, he is a heart of gold, which we see later on. I think he gets treated a little unfairly in this movie by the other characters.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, like, a lot of stuff in this movie, wasted.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what they do with him in Thunderbolts ***.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that movie. I haven't been looking forward to a Marvel movie in a while. This one I'm looking forward to.
I'm not looking forward to it. I will see it, but it's hard to say I'm looking forward to it.
This looks like
It's
yeah,
Marvel
like,
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but like what are they gonna do with Sentry? Like, how are these fuckheads gonna beat Superman? You know?
They're not. Someone's gonna come in and save them, or it's gonna be a non-ending. Or they'll just turn good. No one can die in these movies. They'll just turn good. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
because they save him for the big crossover.
Yeah, nothing matters. Nothing matters in these movies.
Yep. But that's the thing. That's also comic books.
That's fine. I've said it before, and I don't want to get on this tangent. Just because it works on the page doesn't mean it works on the screen.
I'm 1,000,000,000% on board with what you're saying. I say, give us a little more steaks. You know, I want more iron in my diet.
I want more iron in my man.
Hey, yeah, let's talk about this movie.
Yeah. Harbour hops on the wing of the plane as Weiss is driving it. Weiss gets shot and has Natasha, the child, pilot the plane. Crazy call there.
Well, she can't do it because she's got a hole in her.
I mean, you could still do it. She's fine.
I got a couple holes in me, you know what I'm saying?
Dude. They escape to Cuba. Weiss is brought in for medical attention. Harbour talks to a general. The Red Guardian is back, triumphant. He asks to be put back in action and not undercover anymore. The mom gets taken away. Yelena freaks out, and one of the soldiers grabs her. Natasha defends her, holds a gun at the soldiers. Bullshit, these guys would hesitate to open fire.
Maybe, but I think this is like around the time of the Red Room. Like, so I think what's his name? Dimitri. It keeps saying
Dreykov.
Dreykov. I know he's even like, she's a firecracker, that one.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, don't kill the girls because they're future tools.
That's a good point. Yeah.
You know? But again, good opening. Like, good. Like, oh, this is gonna be like an espionage thriller.
Mm-hmm.
Joke's on you.
Yes.
It's standard Marvel schlock.
Because right after the soldiers sedate the girls and take them away, we cut to the credits. And this movie immediately starts fighting an uphill battle with this awful Nirvana cover.
Well, also the opening credits are really long.
They're very long.
And it's like, whenever opening credits are really long like that, it makes me think that somebody thinks this is really prestigious.
Ugh. Well, this is not prestigious.
It is not.
No.
This is like lower tier Marvel.
Well, the credits are basically just evil dudes taking girls away. We see girls training. They show Bill Clinton during this montage. Talk about evil dudes and little girls.
Yeah, taking girls, yeah.
We're now 21 years later. General Ross, William Hurt, is coming with soldiers for Natasha. She's in violation of the Sokovia Accords. We got a comment here that's weird to me. because Natasha's like, you don't look very good, Hurt. What is that, your 4th quadruple bypass or something like that? Or 4th heart attack?
Yeah, I wrote that down too. That's like really interesting that it seems like they're setting up for Red Hulk here.
Yes, they clearly are.
That's cool.
Yes, they were getting ready for Red Hulk, yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool. I'm into that.
I enjoy this misdirection here as it's revealed that Natasha is actually on a boat and not where Ross is.
Yeah. She got the tracker out of her butt.
I don't think so. I think it was out of her calf.
She had a baby cow.
Yeah, they said, you don't need to bring that thing around with you. It's beeping. We know there's a tracker in there.
Yeah, but she's like, I love veal.
Yeah, so they had a nice veal parmesan, and someone else swallowed the tracker by accident.
And pooped it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Good for them. Yelena and
scene.
Yeah. There are. I'm assuming you watch this on Disney Plus.
Yes.
Did you look at the extras?
No.
20 minutes of deleted scenes in a movie that's already 2 hours 16. Out fucking rageous.
Well, they took him out.
But what? How were there 20 extra minutes of this movie? What else could you have put in there? We wasted so much time in this movie anyway.
Watch it and find out, Robbie.
I'm not going to. I don't care. I didn't care about the shit they put in the movie.
Yeah, again, there's like a lot of, like, even in the opening credits, they're showing the girls being taken away. And it's like, okay, give us more of that, because even later...
Yeah, Andy loves girls getting taken away.
No. Even later we see the girls, like, they're under some sort of mind control, and they get freed with that red powder. And it's like, okay, give us more of that. Have Black Widow and Yelena, like, freeing these girls and building a team of Black Widows. You know, like, that would be cool. But instead, it's like, not that, and, like, a lot of meandering. Just, like, walking around.
Well, they got to get all their quips in. They have to make sure you hear all the banter.
And the banter's not good.
No, it's not. Because it's a lot of this situation where they're in these dangerous situations and they're just undercutting all the tension.
Yeah.
With their nonsensical ramblings. That's a shit plan.
Yeah, and also, like, I don't know, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yelena and another Black Widow are trying to assassinate a woman. They're noticed, and Yelena stabs the woman during a fight. As she's dying, she releases the red gas on Yelena, and this seemingly frees Black Widows from their mind control. It is cool watching her cut the chip out of her leg.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the other Black Widow shows up and she's like, we gotta run her.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool.
Taskmaster is just watching footage, and then a Black Widow comes in and inserts a USB chip into them.
Yeah, that's cool, because, like, you know, Taskmaster's whole thing is he sees it once, and he knows how to do it.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it's cool making him watch footage of Avengers. That's cool.
This is totally underdeveloped, too, though. Taskmaster could have been so much more.
Yeah. I mean, the reveal, I remember the first time I saw it, the reveal was like, oh, okay, cool.
The reveal was very much like, okay, that's his daughter. The minute they were like, and what about her daughter? I was like, okay, Taskmaster's his daughter. Okay. Spoiler alert, if you're listening to this and haven't seen the movie.
No, why are you doing that?
That's good point.
Yeah.
But it was very obvious the minute they started mentioning Dreykov's daughter. I was like, Taskmaster is obviously his daughter.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get that until the end, but on this watch, you know, because I've seen it before, I was like, yeah, it's pretty clear.
Yeah. It's revealed that Natasha is in Norway. She's in her trailer with some guy, and he got her a bunch of stuff she needs. Do we ever see this guy again? Have we ever seen this guy before?
I don't know. Pretty forgettable guy, though.
Yep. Oh, yeah, he is. But again, this is another situation where even later on, Natasha and Yelena are just mean to this guy for no reason, and we're supposed to be like, ha! Banter.
Yeah, like he's like going out of his way and like risking his ass.
Yeah. And they're like, you're a pussy. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Natasha's generator dies and she goes out to get gas. As she's driving, she gets absolutely rocked and we get a fight with Taskmaster. Man, I wish there were more fights in this movie because I really like this one.
Yeah, this is good. This is good stuff.
Immediately starting with the Captain Shield throw is an awesome move.
Yeah.
And apparently Taskmaster has also been watching Batman with the way that they just disappear at one point.
Yeah. They put on Batman Begins too. But yeah, good fight. I like how she puts that grapple hook into the back of Taskmaster's leg and then on the top of the bridge, and he gets sucked up. That was cool.
Yes. And
cool.
I really dig when they show Taskmaster like the mask view, and we see how it's like calculating and it's like figuring out the next move and how to counter it. That's cool stuff.
Yeah.
And again, I wish we had more Taskmaster in this. Taskmaster is an awesome character.
Yeah. More like Mask Taster.
Very good.
Thank you. Was that worth interrupting?
Yes. No, absolutely. It totally was.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, I wish they didn't Bane Taskmaster. And what I mean is like in Batman and Robin, how they made Bane just like a goon. Like in this, Taskmaster is just like a goon. And I know they free her and everything, but like I would have liked to see more from Taskmaster. And while I'm interested to see what they do in Thunderbolts with Taskmaster, I have a theory, and I'm not the only one with this theory, that Taskmaster ain't going to be in the movie for very long.
Oh, like they'll kill her?
Yeah, very early on.
Yeah, might as well.
It's a damn shame.
Yeah, kind of a waste. You know? Though you can bring back Taskmaster as like a different character.
You can, but again, we talk about stakes, and you can't just keep bringing these characters back after you've killed them. I don't care if it's a different person, because then if you do that, you can't do that again. And like Taskmaster's not the character that you're gonna be like, we've replaced them.
Yeah. It could be like, I mean, there's plenty of mutants that can take that place, and maybe don't even call them Taskmaster, just their mutant ability is they can do whatever they see.
I'm sure that exists.
Yeah, I mean, Rogue, if she touches you, she could do whatever.
Yeah.
Do, you know.
Taskmaster's main target is the little box that Natasha has, because apparently she has all that red gas. I thought this was kind of weird. Like, we see her getting the packaging, but there was a second where I'm going, how did she get that?
Yeah. She's Black Widow.
Like, it was just weird.
Yeah.
Natasha, yeah.
I mean, so far, this is on track to be like a pretty dark espionage thriller.
Yes.
Within the MCU with like little to no comic relief. But out of nowhere, this shit just starts like, we're goofy.
Yeah, it just falls apart. Right at this scene in Budapest where Natasha and Yelena confront each other. Their fight is good. I like this fight. Like when they're both choking each other out with the curtain.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Natasha's getting her ass beat throughout this movie.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if that makes it good. It's just a note that I wrote down.
No, I enjoy it. I always enjoy when the main character is getting their ass beat the whole time. Yeah. And it would make sense because, you know, Yelena and these other Black Widows have had the same training she has, but they've been under this spell for longer, so it checks out.
A little more ruthless.
Yeah.
You know?
But
yeah, this fight is very good.
Because they're not bantering yet.
No.
We learn after the fight that Yelena sent Natasha, the counter agent, to chemical subjugation because she wants it to bring to one of her scientists, and this is where it starts to be like, okay, you have to know what's going on.
Well, like, she drops, like, she explains that, and then Natasha says, in English next time.
Yeah.
And that's immediately where the movie fucking tanked.
Yeah.
I was like, you dropped an in English when somebody
you know
gives
exactly
you
what she said.
Shut the fuck up. In English. What is this, 1987? Get that shit out of my face. In English. And then she's like, good guy good, bad guy bad. It's like, yeah, it's fucking...
I'm
yuck.
watching the movie.
Yeah. Yuck.
Yelena and Natasha talk about taking down the Red Room. Natasha apparently thought she ended the Red Room when she killed Dreykov, and we get this whole talk. Did you check their body? And I was like, that's a good question, actually. Why didn't you?
Yeah, well, then she says there was no body to check. It was a big old boom, you know? But
there's always a body to check.
Yeah.
Some agents burst into the apartment. Yelena flicks the switch that blows up the lights or something. I'm assuming they were intentionally rigged like that.
No.
All right.
Maybe it was like an EMP of sorts.
Yeah.
I don't know.
As one of the agents or Black Widows are chasing them, we get some real superhero shit with this giant chimney fall. Natasha falls like Homer Simpson, hitting everything on the way down, but lands on her feet.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, it's like the only way to survive something like that.
No, I know. Every bone would be broken.
Oh, yeah, you'd be you'd land on your feet and you'd be like just a sack of broken bones. But this part is cool, and I wanted more stuff like this.
Am I asking too much to want to see this agent that Dreykov makes them go bye-bye? Like, I want to see them use a gun instead of this undescribable chip thingy. Because, like, they all have guns, but so we can keep this PG-13 rating, like, it's an indescribable thing that kills her.
Yes. So that's exactly why that. I'm sure, like, in the original script, it was she uses a gun. But then they were like, ooh. Because if you notice in this movie, people are shooting guns, nobody's getting shot.
Yeah, it's horrible.
So, like, older Marvel movies, people were getting shot. I know the mom got shot in the beginning, but it was, like, through a plane. It was different, you know? I think, like, in PG-13 movies now, you could get, like, maybe 3. And then,
but you know
anything
what?
over that, it's R.
Have the gun go to her head, cut away, and hear a blast.
Yes. Easily could have done that. But, like, even having her say, like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
He's making me do this.
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
can do
okay,
all that.
Cool. I'm into this. But this is really the last we see of the other Black Widows until the end.
Yeah, but I don't know how she died. I don't know what killed her here.
So apparently they got those, like, taser type things. They shoot little laser tasers.
And what, right into her fucking noggin killed her?
Well, it was charging up a big blast.
Oh, okay.
She clicked it. It was like zip, zip, zip. And she was like, I don't want to do this. She's making me do this. And then blam, and it like blew off.
Powering up like Godzilla's spikes.
Yeah, truly. But like, yeah, it's pretty easy to just make that a gun and cut away, like you said. And,
you know, well, they leave this woman's body in a shallow body of water, and like it zooms out. I think that would have been more impactful if she just didn't have a head anymore. She like literally blasted her head off or something.
Or like you zoom out and like, you know, there's a like the puddle she's in is turning red.
Right.
You know, like that's imagery, you know, like
yeah. It's a lot more than just saying, well, that's a body in water.
Yeah. Also, I did like how her ankle was like askew because it was broken. Yeah. It was cool. But like really showing that this villain that's a bad dude. Like, okay, she's not dead. She broke her ankle, but he's like, nah, she's useless now.
Yeah.
And has her killed. And it's like, okay, that's a ruthless dude. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Give us more of this. Less, I gotta go track down the characters from that first scene.
Yes, exactly.
It's like, who cares about that? I'm more interested in this espionage, cool stuff.
And what's a shame is I was more distracted by the fact of like, how did that kill her? What was it?
Right, just like, be clearer.
Taskmaster shows up in a tank, and I enjoy that Taskmaster fails once and went, fuck it, I'm getting a tank.
Yeah.
Like, what did Taskmaster watch that told them, tank?
Yeah. It was also like, the tank shows up, and it like waits for them to get on the bike.
I know. It's like a video game.
Up, yeah, and it's like press X to get on the bike. You're like, okay.
An agent chases them through Budapest. It's fun, but it's also fair to assume that any Black Widow agent that fails is DED after this point.
Yeah.
Taskmaster uses an exploding arrow to shoot the car, and it goes down into the subway. Taskmaster follows a trail of blood that Natasha and Yelena use to mislead them, and they escape into a vent.
Cool. I really enjoyed in this car chase. Yelena's like, all right, let me get this guy off our back. And she opens the car door, and then they smash the car, and it hits the bike. I was like, that was fucking cool.
That person's dead.
Yeah. It's cool as hell, though.
Yeah. The people in the subway didn't react nearly enough to watching Taskmaster whip that shield down there. Like, you just heard a couple of the, oh!
Yeah. I guess in this Marvel universe, everybody's just like, it's Tuesday. Here we go.
Exactly. Yeah. I enjoy this detail that Natasha killed Dreykov's daughter. And not only she was totally okay with it, but S.H.I.E.L.D. was also totally okay with it.
Yeah. I like it.
I like this conversation between Yelena and Natasha here when Yelena says, I was hoping one of the big ones would show up. And she goes, the big ones? And she's like, yeah, I don't think the fucking God needs to take an ibuprofen.
Yeah.
That's a good point, and I do like that line.
Yeah. I like some of this stuff is pretty cool. Like, they're arguing about, like, she's like, oh, I'm a hero or whatever. She's like, you're not, like, you kill people. Like,
right.
It's whatever. Like, she's like, I'm not the killer that little girls call their hero. It's okay. Okay. So they drop that line, and nothing like that is spoken about or addressed again. And it's like, okay, make that something in here, you know?
That's part of the problem is they dropped this awesome line here.
Yeah.
That you just talked about, but it's surrounded by shit like the fighting pose talk and you're such a poser. Shut up.
Yeah.
We're so past this in superhero movies in 2021.
Yeah. Truly. You do it because it's cool.
Yeah,
and we know that.
Fucking cool. Shut up.
As the viewer, we know that.
Yeah. But that's just so stupid. I was really like, get over this poser shit and just focus on what they were just talking about.
Right. And it's like, I understand occasional levity for, you know, the average moviegoer. I get it.
Yeah, every movie needs their comic relief.
Right. But you already got people here. They're here. Endgame and all the Avengers movie make billions of dollars. The people are going to show up whether you put levity in your movie or not. You got the butts in the seats. You don't have to keep doing this shit to dumb it down.
It undercuts all the tension.
Yes.
It immediately just makes everything feel like nothing matters.
And that's the thing, Robbie, we are silly boys. We appreciate silliness. But there's a time and a place.
Don't have this philosophical conversation about good people killing and bad people killing, but then make the main purpose was to talk about posing.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
I enjoy that Yelena says that she killed the widow that freed her when they're like eating. She's like, I killed the woman that freed me. Like there's this certain thing where Yelena knows she's not a good person, where Natasha seems to think she is a good person. And I like that dynamic, but they don't really get into it enough.
Yes. Yes, that's the issue. And it's almost as if they're saving it for another movie, but Black Widow's dead.
Yeah.
And you knew that when you made this. So maybe close that thread here and now. But they don't.
Natasha and Yelena get a helicopter from the dude from before, and they are unnecessarily rude to him for the sake of banter, but they're getting this helicopter because they do have a plan to go and kill Dreykov. But this dude isn't wrong because you're costing him money. He's doing his best for you. And he's like, hey, the feds are sniffing around. People aren't answering my calls. I'm a private contractor. And she's like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, no, he's right. He's helping you and putting his ass on the line.
Yeah. And you're being a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as they show David Harbour, I was like, I like this guy.
He, unfortunately, is the funniest part of the movie.
Yeah, I did like how he's like making up stories about Captain America and stuff.
I see. That's what I love that you said that. I don't think he's making up the story.
Oh, you think they actually met?
I think he did fight a version of Captain America.
Oh, okay. Okay, that would be interesting.
You know, because
Like-
we know that the U.S. government made other people as Captain America.
Okay.
So I do think the Red Guardian fought some version of Captain America.
That's cool. That's a cool. I didn't even think about that. I thought it was just blowing smoke.
No, because like he gets pissed when someone's like, "Are you lying to me?" And let's be honest, the Red Guardian doesn't do anything in this movie that implies that he's a liar or says anything untrue.
It's true.
Like he's an idiot, but he's not a liar.
Yeah, I like how he ragdolls that guy's hand. It's just like a floppy.
I love
like
when
it.
he's telling the story and he's like, "Oh no, oh no."
Yeah.
you thought I was going to lose.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
He's getting a tattoo while he's arm wrestling
Yeah.
people. That tattoo is fucked.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Big time.
It's infected. It's all over the place.
Yeah, line work is no good. I gotta say, the jailbreak is cool, but there's also something about it that isn't cool at all. Do you know what I'm saying?
It
feel
just
like
feels.
It goes on way too long. There's a lot of meandering. Like he gets to the roof, he climbs, he gets knocked down. Then there's an avalanche, and then it has everybody on the screen react to the avalanche. And then there's another big swooping shot zooming into the avalanche. It's like, we get it. There's snow coming. And it ultimately doesn't mean anything. Like, they fly away, and he's like, what the fuck? But then they come around the other side, and then they get him, and everything's fine. It's like, what? It was like, okay, they break him out of jail, and some executives are like, all right, we need spectacle. We need stakes. So, like, all right, let's make an avalanche, I guess. We got this special effects team. Let's just have him make an avalanche. It's just
And it
like,
looks bad. The avalanche looks bad.
yeah, I didn't care. It's just like,
Especially
I know,
the snow effect was bad.
right, and I know, like, we're not gonna come all the way here to watch them all die in a fucking avalanche halfway through the movie.
Right.
Just don't, like, you don't have to be like, look, and then, like, Yelena sees it, she's like, oh no, and then Natasha sees it, she's like, oh no, and then David Harbour sees it, he's like, oh no. Like, we got it.
Right. Well, I also don't need Yelena going, this would be a cool way to die. Shut up.
Yeah, that's just a filler.
No, of course it is.
That's wild honey pie.
Honey pie!
Yeah, filler.
I also love this little detail when he starts doing all these jumps that he probably could have escaped at any point.
Right. That's what I was thinking. I was like, why didn't he jump to the helicopter? He's strong as fuck.
Yeah, like we see him make these huge jump. He kicks the door open. He kicks down the door of a gulag.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he's stronger than Steve Rogers.
Maybe, but he could have escaped at any time.
Yes. But I think it's... He didn't have anything to, like, live for.
I
and then
guess.
he sees that it's Natasha, and he's like, oh, Natasha, yeah.
My daughters.
Yeah. But then he also, like, in the same sentence, he'll talk about, like, oh, that was boring. I did not like that.
Yeah.
But I think he's a more complex character than we get to realize in this movie. I think, like, he clearly does truly love them.
Yes, I think
and
so
that's
too.
cool. I think he's just, there's also this part of him that he's like, I'm a big dumb guy. I'm a big dumb strong guy. I'm not the espionage guy. Don't put me there. I want to beat some people up, you know?
Right, yeah, he wants to be in the action, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Red Guardian doesn't know where the Red Room is. He tells them to ask Melina. That's their mother, Rachel Weisz. He was apparently thrown in jail for life, and he doesn't know why. And this is where I start to really feel bad for him. Because, like, when they reach Melina, they're kind to Melina. Even after they find out, like, she's still working for Dreykov, and she's the one who created all this. They're like, it's okay, you're our mommy. And they're like, you're fat, Alexi.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've been in jail for the last 40 years and I don't know why, but okay.
Yeah.
All
They threw
right.
me in jail. Like the bad guy that you were after, he put me in jail. He's my bad guy too.
Yeah. But she's
fucking working with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, mommy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what? And then we watch her torture a pig.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we do.
And for some reason, she's the sympathetic character.
Yeah. That's a mistake in the writing room. Yeah. I thought she was the bad guy when I first watched. I was like, oh, she's the bad guy. Like, Dreykov is dead, and she's the bad guy.
That would have been a great twist.
Hey, I'm writing movies here.
Like, but that really does create a major disconnect for me. Because, like, yeah, Alexei was Dreykov's muscle and did bad things. But, like, Melina is still doing it. She's creating the technology that brainwashes all these young girls. And they acknowledge that.
Yeah. So,
but, like they see
make her the bad guy.
Yeah, they see one scrapbook that she made, and Natasha's like, oh, she's not bad.
Yeah, she remembers us. All right.
That's terrible.
It is. It is bad. Yeah.
I did laugh when Red Guardian is talking to Natasha, and he's like, did he ever mention me?
Yeah.
He's asking if Captain America has ever talked about him.
I like that. I also like how he's just got the horn. He's like, I've been in jail for 40 years. How you feeling, Melina? And she's like, I'm feeling pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
I have lots of pent-up energy.
Yeah. I do like, again, I like some of the character dynamics here are good. Like, again, Alexei saying I was bored, and Yelena being like, those were incredibly formative years for me.
Yeah.
Like, you're hurting my feeling. I like that. And I like that when she storms off, he's the one who's like, I'll go talk to her.
Yes. Because he's trying to be a father.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he actually does love them.
Yeah. But at least here, Yelena has a legitimate reason for being mad at Alexei. Natasha doesn't, because she knew it was all fake at the time.
Right. But that's the other thing that's pretty good in this is she feels just like Melina does, but she was also pretty self-aware at the time. But so she like kind of shoves those feelings down, but she also feels those feelings. And that's cool. I like that. And I think they do a pretty good job of addressing that in that way where she's like, it wasn't real. But Yelena knows that Natasha feels the same way. And she's like, yeah, it wasn't real, but it was also real.
Yes, yeah.
I like that. I wish they did a little more, but I like that.
After Yelena tells Alexei to leave, he starts singing American Pie to cheer her up. This apparently works.
Yeah.
Taskmaster and some bad guys show up. They light Alexei up with some tranquilizers. I don't know why they just don't kill these people.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing here.
Doesn't make any sense at all, actually.
Like, at this point,
I liked how he gets one. He's like, you think that'll stop? And then like 1,000 hit him. And he's like, okay. Yeah. And in reality, you're dead. You're dead.
Oh, yeah.
Your heart is
But again, he has all the super soldier serum, so who knows?
Yeah.
Melina takes down Yelena and Natasha, and they all leave for the Red Room. We learn that the Red Room is in the sky.
Yeah,
Melina...
there is a line. There's a line that Melina says to Natasha. And she says, how did you keep your heart? And I was like, it's a pretty cool line. You know?
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't care about any of the family shit. I just didn't care.
I just wish that they made us care. I wanted to care.
I was at this point in the Marvel story, and it's like, oh, hey, here's all these characters we've never met before with this character we've known for several movies. You're not giving me a reason to care about these people. I just don't.
Yeah.
Focus on Clint Barton. Let's get Clint Barton in here.
Well, like, it's one thing to introduce characters, but, like, you know who's good at introducing characters and making you like them? James Gunn.
Yeah.
So, like, take a page out of his book, make us like these characters, and then maybe kill one of them.
There we go.
Know, like, kill the mom or whatever, because she doesn't come back, as far as I know.
One of these characters have to die. But it was the same thing as last week. They introduced all these characters, and the only one who dies is the one who didn't get an introduction. It's like, obviously he's dying.
Right. Yeah.
Melina talks to Dreykov. Some doctor is about to take out Yelena's brain. Again, I don't need this is a much less cool way to die. Shut up.
Yeah.
Alexei and Natasha are locked in cells. Dreykov takes off Melina's mask, and it's revealed that it's actually Natasha. And as Alexei is apologizing to Natasha, his cell opens. Natasha removes her mask, revealing that it's actually Melina. And we get the little flashback of them making their plan.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Melina tells Yelena that she has a blade in her suit, so Yelena escapes. Natasha asks Dreykov what her mother's name was, and he goes a really long way to say he doesn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, just being a rude dude for no reason.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. You need more like straight up evil dudes like this.
Ray Winstone is really good here. He's doing a really good job as Dreykov. It's revealed that Taskmaster is Dreykov's undead daughter. Well, not undead. She's just a cyborg.
Practically dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This pheromone thing gets me every time. Like, I didn't understand this. Like, yeah, the minute you smell me, you can't harm me.
Yeah. I like, that's a very like James Bond type thing.
Yes, it is.
I like it, but and I did like how she's like baiting him to break her nose, and he can't do it. I like that. That was cool.
Yeah, he starts pulling an Andy and punches a woman in the face.
Robbie! I like how she just smashes her own face on the desk, and like that was probably the more violent part of this movie because she smashes it and there's blood already, and it was like, damn, that was visceral. And she's like, you couldn't even fucking break my nose, pussy.
We finally see a little bit of blood. It's the smallest amount of blood.
But she beats the shit out of that dude.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Melina blows up one of the engines, and then in a terrible looking reshoot, we see Wise, hey, I destroyed an engine. We got to idiot proof this movie and make sure people are watching.
Yeah. This end really falls apart for me. I really don't like the rest of this movie.
It's all kind of, especially because it looks terrible.
Yeah, and like you said, it's clearly a reshoot.
Yeah.
You know what? I think that this was going to be, initially it was going to be like a quiet espionage thriller, right? But, you know, test audiences were like, where's the explosions? Where's the laser fight in the sky?
Yes.
And they were like, nah, all right, we got to do that. Here we go. Get that shit out of my fucking face.
Melina shows up, and she helps Red Guardian lock Taskmaster in a cell after a little fight. A bunch of widows show up, and they save Dreykov. Natasha is fighting a bunch of widows, and instead of killing her, they all just take turns kicking her.
Yeah, just hitting her real hard.
And that's until Yelena throws a bomb tied to the mind control antidote into the chaos, freeing all the widows there. And then Black Widow's like, get away as far away from here as possible. They're in the sky, honey.
Yeah.
Where are they gonna go right now?
You just killed them all. They're all dead.
That would have been a much more effective ending if she was like, oh, fuck, we blew up. They're all dead. They're all dead.
Yeah, well.
But they're afraid to kill anybody in these movies.
Yeah.
Natasha uses Dreykov's ring to log into the database, and she fixes her nose as she gets the information of every widow. Which is, again, we see this thing. Are we ever getting a follow-up to her freeing all these widows? No.
We might in Thunderbolts.
Do you really think that's going to be the plot of Thunderbolts?
No, I think it'll be like an initial scene where Yelena's doing some of that. And then she gets recruited by, what's her name?
Oh, Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah, Elaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Natasha jumps out a window as the Red Room starts to collapse. Red Guardian, Melina are in a plane that falls. Natasha frees Taskmaster with this big punch on the ground to the thing.
Yeah.
And she immediately like, I wish I was dead. I wish I was dead.
Yeah. What was Natasha's, I guess this is the question. What was Natasha's plan when, like, she shoots the window and she jumps out? What's your plan?
Jump out the window.
You just about to die?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I got.
She's like, I got plot armor. I'll figure this out. I don't die until a couple more movies.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be safe. I'm not scheduled to die until Endgame.
Yeah.
Yelena blows up the wing of the escape jet that Dreykov is on, killing him and several of his Black Widows. This looks awful.
Yeah, a lot of this in the air stuff looks really bad.
Oh God. When Natasha and Yelena are like holding each other as they're falling through, that looks so bad.
Yeah, it does. Some of it looks pretty good.
Pretty good doesn't pass the muster here, baby boy.
Pass the mustard?
Yeah.
You got spicy brown, brother?
I wish.
Hell yeah, brother.
Call it, my cum is spicy brown. Call it bustard.
Robbie, I gotta go. Just play my song and let them know what's going on next week.
That's fair.
Yeah. Most of it looks bad though, and it's clearly a reshoot. And if it's not, you should have taken more time.
Yeah. I got a big laugh at Taskmaster just flying at them in the sky.
Yeah.
That's when we actually see Natasha and Taskmaster fight, and Natasha uses the antidote to free her. Natasha and Yelena have a moment. They reunite with Red Guardian and Melina. Thaddeus Ross shows up. I forgot he was in this movie.
Yep. It's kind of bookends this.
Yeah. You know? A plane lands with all the widows on it. Red Guardian, Melina, and Yelena all get on the plane with the widows, but for some reason, Natasha's like, I'll stay and fight the government. Get on the plane.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't care.
2 weeks later, Natasha has blonde hair and she wakes up her contractor. He has now gotten her a jet. She's going to break the Avengers out of prison. The credits roll. We get a post-credit scene. Yelena takes her dog to Natasha's grave. She's approached by Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. That's Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yes.
And she gives Yelena her next target. It's Hawkeye.
Wow. Did you watch the show, Hawkeye?
I did.
Did you like it?
I did.
I liked it too.
I thought it was quite good.
Yeah, same. Should we go to Letterboxd?
I think we should go to Letterboxd, Andy. That's an excellent idea. The woodland creature from Apple, the idea.
This is 2 stars for me. What do you think, Robbie?
You know, I'll give it 2 stars. I was thinking 2.5 to be kind, but I'm more than happy to go 2 stars on a movie like Black Widow with bad special effects, pointless writing.
I just think it could have been good, but it's just short of good, you know?
It is just short of good. You can follow us on Letterboxd at The Roids Band. We just gave Black Widow 2 stars.
Now, Robbie, a somewhat related question. Do you think that after Endgame, and maybe even after Spider-Man No Way Home, do you think that the MCU should have taken a little break?
Yes.
Same.
I think No Way Home never should have come out when it did.
Yeah, but it made $2 billion.
I think they should have waited on that and had it be the start of, I mean, the phases are stupid, but phase 4 or whatever.
Yeah, the multiverse type phase.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think if you let all this breathe a little bit, people would want more. But now, because you've given us so much, people are like, hey, chill.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this isn't very good.
Yes. Well, they have taken that step back.
Yeah, but I just feel like it's a little too late.
Oh, I agree.
And also,
that.
they'll take a step back, and then like the next year, it'll be like, we're going full force again.
You had a year off. Now you're getting 8 movies and 6 shows.
That's what happens. Like they took a year off, and they put out like Deadpool Wolverine, which made $1 billion. So now they're like, people want us again. Here we go. It's like, okay, you're missing the point. I don't know. They got to please the shareholders, you know?
Exactly. That's what it is.
Yeah.
They got to make money to make money.
Yep. Well, Robbie,
I have 4 trivia.
Whoa! I got 3. I think you answered one of them. So I quit.
All right, good. Fuck you.
All right, good.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
This is one of the biggest dick moves I've ever done with trivia, this question.
Okay.
In the opening scene when Natasha is riding her bike, past some kids playing on a tire swing, what color is the girl's shirt who is on the tire swing?
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
Yeah. Red, yellow, green, or blue?
Yellow.
It is not yellow.
Green.
It is green. It is a green striped shirt.
Nice. All right. This movie marks how many times Scarlett Johansson has played Black Widow? Is it 8, 9, 10, or 11?
9.
Correct.
Oh, look at me.
Wow.
How many times was Melina cycled through the Red Room before Natasha was even born? 3, 4, 5, or 6?
6.
Nope.
5.
Nope.
4.
It is 4.
Nailed it.
She does tell her. She goes, I was cycled through the Red Room 4 times before you were born.
Where?
Yeah.
Who was almost cast as Yelena? Was it Emma Roberts, Emma Watson, Ana de Armas, or Anya Taylor-Joy?
Ana de Armas.
No.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
No.
What were the other 2?
Emma Roberts and Emma Watson.
Emma Roberts.
No, it was Emma Watson.
Really? How far along did I get in negotiations for that?
No idea.
It's almost like it's bullshit. Where'd you get that from?
IMDb.
It was probably one of those things like
IMDbus.
where someone in the room went, should we ask Emma Watson? And they went, nah.
I think there were auditions and Emma Watson was one of them. Is how I remember reading it. But Florence Pugh, she won out. She's a great actress as well.
I take all of IMDb trivia with a grain of salt.
Same, yeah, but it's the easiest place for me to find trivia.
I get my trivia from the movie.
Big man over here.
What 3 words are at the bottom of Natasha's tombstone? I'm not going to give you options.
Avenger.
Mm-hmm.
Natasha and
No.
Romanoff.
Nope. No. Well, 1 is correct. Avenger is correct.
Okay, hero.
No.
I don't know. Give me one of them.
Daughter.
Daughter. Sister.
Yes.
Avenger.
Yep. Daughter, sister, Avenger.
Nailed it. What year does the flashback in the beginning take place?
1995.
Correct.
What does Valentina Allegra de Fontaine say she's allergic to in the post-credit scene? Emotion, sad sacks, crying, or the Midwest?
The Midwest.
It is the Midwest.
Yeah.
That was a very easy one because the right answer was very different from the rest of the other 3.
Yes.
Yeah. I wrote a song.
Bird song.
Song buddies.
Hooray!
Andy, I also have a pick to flip,
Flip that shit, Rob.
if you believe it.
Oh, I believe it.
Hold it in the air.
All right. Heads.
It is heads.
Yeah.
What a world we live in.
So this movie is really like generic.
Yes.
So I wrote a riff. I just like the riff, and I didn't even like. I recorded the music before even writing the vocal, which is not something I normally do. I just figured, let me take a similar approach that they took to this movie. They were clearly just like Black Widow movie, and yeah, they wrote the script rather than having a script ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
So my song is called Red Room. and I wrote it on my vintage SG back there, and
I thought you were pointing to the drum set.
I also used drums on it.
I wrote it on the drum set.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
perfect. Yes.
That's the first verse. But that is tuned to D standard, but then I dropped the low D to a C, so it's in drop siggity C.
That's gross.
Yeah. But it goes like this. It's called the Red Room.
Thriller about family. By the end of this, we're flying through the sky. Get to know a little more about Natasha. Make some new friends along the way. There's a red room high in the sky. Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Yeah. The lyrics are really just kind of notes, like like notes I would give the director, like, hey, maybe focus a little more on identity and, this. Not that I'm a movie maker. It's just like,
What?
yeah.
You're a move maker, making moves, making money moves.
Yeah, brother. Yeah. Just, maybe just focus on something rather than the very blanket thing of like family. Yeah, okay, cool. I've seen the Fast and the Furious too. Okay. This shit out of my face. Give me something here.
The direct inspiration for Black Widow was Fast and Furious.
Yeah, honestly. But yeah, I just figured, rock and roll riff. I've been playing around with, the new tuning, so we just fucking do that.
I like it.
Yeah, thank you. Robbie, your song.
My song is called Red Room is Down. And it's about how the Red Room is down.
Whoa!
It's about Black Widow and taking down the Red Room.
This guy'll say anything.
I will. And it goes exactly like this.
The memories of Budapest, every boss is the same. Collateral damage, it's part of the game. The family, I lost them, it was all real to me. Under control, but now I'm finally free. Red room is down, red room is down, red room is down, down, down. Red room is down, red room is down, red room is down, down, down. He sacrificed too many girls, he'll pay for his crimes. He's got away for so long, up in the sky. He's got friends in high places, yeah, he knows someone. There's only one thing left to be done. Red room is down, red room is down, red room is down, down, down. Red room is down, red room is down, red room is down, down, down.
That was my song called Red Room is Down.
I like the 6/8.
Thanks. That is the timing it is in. Yeah, it's just about how they're taking down the Red Room because he's a bad dude. Not really much to say about it.
You covered it. You covered it all.
I mean, Dreykov's just a rude dude.
He's a rude dude with an altitude because he's in the air.
It is in the air. Yeah, it's very true. Very true.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Red Room is down, and it is most certainly down.
Yeah.
No, she broke. I'm up.
Nice. I mean, what do we got going on next week?
That's an excellent question. We are doing School of Doc, which means we are going to learn how to connect out. No, we're doing School of Rock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, we got a very special guest.
Those very special
pretty cool.
breasts.
You know it. Yeah.
It's mine. Mine are very special breasts.
Oh my goodness.
I'll reveal my titty implants next week.
Wow. Truly disturbing stuff.
That's a lie. I didn't get those.
Oh, damn.
I'm saving up for the surgery.
Oh, I can't wait.
I just crank hog looking in the mirror. Oh, look at those hairy boobies.
Yo, I gotta go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. You know what? Let me tell you where you can get the music. You go to Apple Music, Deezer, Spotify, wherever you get your music, and you type in the Roids, and you will find a large amount of songs, several collections. Go ahead.
Single snap.
Single snap. large amount of collections and also some other songs that are not related to the podcast, but you should check them out anyway. But if you want everything, you go to theroids.bandcamp.com, and you will find everything, including our songs, guest songs, bonus songs, whole bunch of songs. A lot of songs there. Don't get overwhelmed.
There's too many songs.
Yeah, maybe, but just nut up and you could do it. Robbie, also on the YouTube you can find all the songs, but Robbie will tell you a little more about that. Robbie,
you go to Instagram, you go to YouTube, you go to TikTok, you go to Reddit, you type in the Roids Band. There we are, there we be. Click the link and you'll see our smiling faces. Make a request, everyone. You know we're the best, and we'll do your requests if you make them. We promise we will. Give us feedback. Let us know what you think of our podcast, of our songs. Tell us a movie you'd like to do. Send us an email at roidsreview@gmail.com.
All right.
Wherever you're listening to us, give us a 5-star rating and review. It really helps.
Yeah.
All the single ladies. All the single ladies.
Put your hands up.
Oh, shit. I think I'm being arrested now, guys.
Well, thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week for School of Rock with a very special guest.
School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Knox County, Tennessee.
Yeah. We'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.